Good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts, in my voice, on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Now, So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow. So go ahead and hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button. And turn on that little bell so that you get a notification every single time that I go live or I upload something new. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. That's right, Sophia is home now. Things about to change around here. Amen. Things about to change around here. See, some of y'all caught that reference. Some of you didn't. That's the color purple. I just came from the dentist. Niece. I had my teeth cleaned. And you all need to make sure that you're getting over there. Listen, just because you're oil pulling and you're flossing and brushing, that does not mean that you do not need to get over to the dentist. That does not mean that you don't need to get to the dentist every 6 months. And we've talked about this before. Listen, I don't want to hear anything about you ain't got the resources and times is hard. I need you to Google pro bono dentistry in your Google. I need you to type in pro bono, because what we, the general public, what we gonna need is for you to get to the dentist. That's what we gonna need. Okay? For the sake of all of us. Is this taking me home? Let me make sure this is taking me home, niece. Yeah, this is traffic. So listen, there's so much that's going on that we need to talk about. Now, Madison and I are supposed to be doing PhagTawlk tonight, but you know, I gotta say these things now. I got some things I need to say now. No, I'm on my way home right now. I'm on my way home because I need to take a nap and I need to eat. Because I have not eaten today. I've been trying to eat at 3 o'clock. I fast until 3 o'clock. And I've been doing that lately. And so I'm about to go home and eat. I didn't want to eat before I went to the dentist. I said, well, I may as well just wait. So I've been drinking water, filling up off this water. Amen. But Elliot and Jack came over last night. Jack came over to cook so that I could have some food when I got in. Of course, she ain't finished cooking until about 12 o'clock. So Elliot and I ended up ordering Chinese. So that kind of defeated the purpose. Amen. Amen. So I want to talk about a few things. And since I have 32 minutes to be in this car, in this traffic, I figured I could get started now. And then I can recap later. Yes, today is Jack's birthday. I asked her to send me a picture of us so I could post it, but of course she ain't sent it yet, so I probably won't be posting it. But yeah, today is her birthday. I want to say a few things. And the biggest thing that's in the news right now is Charlie Kirk getting shot and killed at that college or whatever it was. I think it was a college, but out there in Utah. And before I get into Charlie himself, I want to talk to the black folks. The apologist black folks. The black folks that I sometimes refer to as modern day slaves, I sometimes say slave brain, because I really believe wholeheartedly, that if we were in pre-antebellum, if we were in slavery times, I think some of the religious zealots, these black apologists, would have been the very black people who would have held us back as we tried to fight for our freedom. Because I don't know if some of you are aware of this. I don't know if some of you are aware of this, but there were many revolts that happened. There were many revolts, slave revolts. There were many revolts that happened throughout the years. Like, it wasn't just one final, there were many revolts that took place over time. And I'd like to believe that many things hampered the success of those revolts. One, when you think about the beginning of slavery, when the first Africans were brought to this land, they didn't know the language. They didn't know the land. They did not have weapons. So, of course, they were at a deficit. But then when you add on top of that, you had slaves who were afraid and would not come together, much like those black folks today who refuse to come together. Those black folks who are still shopping at Target. You don't hear me. Those folks who are saying, well, I don't understand why I still can't use Uber and Uber Eats. And, what's the point? It ain't gonna make no difference, no way. Like, there were still those who could not come together, those who were still divided. That theme was carried out in the movie Sinners, if you saw it. Remember when the twins were trying to get everybody to see the vision of them starting this business, also known as a juke joint. They were trying to get them to come together, and they all pooled their resources. They went to the black folks, they went to the Asian folks, they were trying to get everybody to pool their resources. And how they did all of this campaigning, trying to get everybody to get on the same page. But it took them white people one time to show up and say, hey, can we come in? And them niggas was ready to let them in. Took all that convincing from the twins, the black men. But those white people showed up and they were ready to just open with open arms, as Rochelle Farrell said. They were ready with open arms. So those African slaves were at a deficit because they didn't know the land, they didn't know the language, and they did not have weaponry. And then, of course, many would not come forward and come together. But then also, you had those who were so forgiving. You had those African slaves, much like the ones today, who were so forgiving of everything that those white people did to them, who were trying to see the good in those white people. Oh, well, they're the same ones today and yesterday who were talking about Charlie Kirk. Well, I just don't think that it's right. I just, and I'm not saying that I wished death on anybody, but I'm definitely not commiserating because he died. I'm definitely not commiserating. But back to those African slaves, part of the reason that I believe we were enslaved for as long as we were is because there were too many of us who were afraid to revolt. There were too many of us who were willing to go back and say, Massa, they trying to leave, they trying to escape. Go down there and get them, Massa. Because they thought that they could get in Massa's good graces. Just like some of these white, right-winged, black, conservative Republicans. They think they can get in their good graces. Just like, what's the slave's name who came up with with vaccinations. Ominous, I think his name was. I may be pronouncing it wrong. He thought, because there was an African slave, if you didn't know this, there was an African slave who created the vaccine. Onsimus, thanks. Onsimus. I don't know how you pronounce it, but you know what I'm talking about. There it is. He created the vaccine. And what was the disease that was floating around at that time? I always forget. Was it smallpox? Help me out again, somebody. It was killing those white folks in the New England states. Killing them. It was smallpox. And he knew how to vaccinate. And he thought that if he taught those white people how to vaccinate, I think it was smallpox. Some of you are writing polio. I think it was smallpox. He thought if he taught those white people how to vaccinate, that he could get his freedom because he was a slave. They took that vaccination, they used it, capitalized off of it even today, and he still remained a slave. And so, what is it going to take for some of you black folks to think that no matter how congenial you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter how well spoken you are, no matter how educated you are, no matter how nice you are to them, they will never. And I don't want to hear about your white coworker or your white friend that you grew up with. They're different. I'm talking about white folks as a whole. I'm not talking. Don't cherry pick this, because I don't want to hear about it. Because he used the metaphor that Muhammad Ali used. If there was a bunch of snakes, poisonous snakes, coming down this lane towards me, coming down this pathway towards me, 100 snakes, and they're all, the majority of them are poisonous, except 2 or 3. You think I'm gonna stand there and hope that those 2 or 3? You think I'm gonna stand there and hope the best for those 2 or 3? Y'all keep on. My thing is, even when we have separated ourselves and created community, and I'm even learning about more communities that we've built that were self-contained, that they came in and destroyed. Because we spend a lot of time talking about Rosewood, Black Wall Street out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Seneca Village, which was Central Park in New York, here in Atlanta, Lake Lanier. We talk about all of these places that were black towns, that were progressive, that were self-contained, that they came in and destroyed. But there are so many other ones. There are so many other ones. And I just came across some other ones recently. Every time we self-contain, some of you Negroes always got to invite them in. You always got to try to invite them in. You always got to try to see the best in them. And then they end up coming in and overtaking. Because I say this time and time again, they're like a cancer. You know what a cancer does to your body? When it infiltrates your body, in the way that they infiltrate our neighborhoods and our communities, when a cancer infiltrates your body, it takes up more space than it needs. It takes up more space than it needs. It kills off everything until it's the only thing there. So this Charlie Kirk character was a racist. And it wasn't even subtle. It wasn't even subtle. And I'm sure you all have heard his quote because it's all over social media now. But see, I have been following little things that he said because he was on Jubilee, that web series, that web show that's over there on YouTube that Amanda Seals was on recently. He was on there sometime last year. And see, he was debating with these young folks. Because see, they could, I mean, I think they did a really good job of combating him. But he never really tries to debate someone on his level. And bottom line is, one of the things that he said, he was famous for saying, was that guns don't need to be guns don't need to be regulated. That, and his words were, we need to have some human lives sacrificed in order for us to protect our Second Amendment right to be able to bear arms. Oh. So in other words, live by the sword, die by the sword. So you believe that guns shouldn't have been regulated, that there didn't need to be any gun control. And then he was famous for spewing a lot of wrong information about gun violence, about the murders per capita. He talked about DEI. So the irony that he was shot in his neck. Like when I saw that, I knew he wasn't going to survive. I knew there was no way he was going to survive. And it's interesting how, what's her name? Nancy Mace, that white woman, around here talking about this was something because of the Democrats. Ma'am, this was in Utah. This was in Utah. I am more than certain that it was somebody who was Republican. I will be shocked if it was a Democrat. And these are the people, these same white people, these same hypocritical, hateful white people. I said Nancy Mace. If I said Nancy Grace, I meant to say Nancy Mace. These same hypocritical white folks are talking about there's no room in politics for violence. Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, let me go back to Charlie Kirk for a second. He was also the one who said that what's the man who got the cop nailed on his neck, George Floyd. He was also the one who said, oh, I did say Nancy Mace. Yeah, I didn't say Nancy Grace. He was also the one who said George Floyd should have died, that he was scum. But these same hypocritical white folks who say that there's no room for violence in politics are the same ones who assassinated the Black Panthers, Stokely Carmichael, Malcolm X, Nat Turner. What's the man's name who got shot in his driveway down in Medgar Evers? Fred Hampton, Dr. King. There's always been room for violence in politics. You all just don't like it when it happens to white folks. They didn't seem to care when those white people who were Democrats got killed in their home over there in Minnesota. I don't remember their names, but I remember it was a white couple, and they were in their house in Minnesota. I don't really keep up with white news. I don't really keep up with white news. But here's the thing. This is not even going to force any type of wake-up call. This ain't going to force any type of wake-up call. They're going to go on business as usual. Business as usual. And, again, with all of this stuff going on where white folks on the right want to switch up the rules and switch up the game when the shit falls on their doorstep, like these white farmers, these white farmers who now want a handout. I'm sorry, they're calling it a bailout. These white farmers who want a handout, a bailout from the government because they're in jeopardy of losing their farms. But when those black farmers, come on somebody, but when those black farmers a handful of years ago needed a bailout, they sued because President Biden was trying to earmark money for them, for those black farmers. And those white farmers sued so that those black farmers wouldn't get a bailout. But now them crackers around here now, every time I open up my phone and look into social media, one of them crackers is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wanting somebody to give a fuck about them losing their farms after they voted for this motherfucker. And again, we have to normalize saying that he stole the election, because not all of those people voted for him. Yes, millions and millions of people did, but a lot of people didn't vote for him. We need to normalize saying that the election was stolen, because all of those people didn't vote for him. They didn't. Because to say that is to suggest that he actually won, and he did not. But now they want a handout, and these are the people who had so much to say about DEI, actually renamed it to didn't earn it. Well, you motherfuckers didn't earn a bailout. That's your business. Those farms are your business. And not to mention those farms that a lot of them own and run, they own and operate. It was stolen land in the first place. It didn't even belong to you. It was passed down to you through your family, but it was stolen by your ancestors. And now you're in jeopardy of losing land that you stole. And you want a bailout. I really do believe that they're going to end up getting a handout. I believe they're going to end up getting it. I believe they're going to end up getting it. Because that's what white folks do. That's what white folks do for each other. You see, they come together even when this shit is below board. But see, we can't even figure out how to boycott. Black women, y'all still staying out of those Asian salons, those beauty shops? Because I'm gonna need black women and black people, not just black women, but I'm just saying black women because black women support the hair industry more than anybody. But I know there's some gays that shop in these beauty supply stores too. And you buying hair products. They need to be black owned. And see, the other thing that I'm frustrated with, when I open up my TikTok, you got all these hair influencers over there. And I'm not even saying that we need to boycott just for September. I'm going back to what I said before Jamal Bryant ass jumped on the Target bandwagon, which I ain't mad at. But they were talking about just boycotting for the month. No, I'm talking about permanently. You need to find some black-owned products and a black-owned beauty supply store to buy it from. And if you can't find a black-owned beauty supply store, then buy from the brand directly. Order that shit online from their website, from their .com. But I'm so sick of opening up Instagram or YouTube, I'm sorry, TikTok, and these black hair influencers, because I commented on a few of them, talking about some Korean shampoo, some bullshit she was talking. I said, so what, you just not gonna adhere to the boycott? You over here promoting some Korean shampoo? Somebody else was down there saying the same thing. She said, the girl comments back and says, oh, well, we can do both. No, we can't. No, we can't. No, we can't. You got Sacred by Beyonce. Tracy Ellis Ross got some hair shit out there. Taraji got some hair shit. And those are just celebrity brands that I just know off the top of my head. But they got small black-owned brands. Smaller black-owned brands. Like, we make too many excuses. We make too many excuses for why we can't do this, that, and the third. We make too many excuses. So as often as we talk about what white folks do to us, talk about what we don't do to help and support each other. We can't even come in agreement, because I even still see black folks over on TikTok, on social media talking about, child, I ain't never stopped going to Target. Yeah, we know, hotep ass Negro. We know some of you hoteps don't see the bigger picture. But as soon as there are more rights afforded to black folks, you're going to bring your hotep ass over there trying to benefit them. See, this is why Harriet Tubman had to leave some of them Negroes behind. Because they didn't see the vision. They weren't willing to sacrifice. And something that I've been saying for years, I even wrote it in that book of quotes. Your success is on the other side of your sacrifice. But the question becomes, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice to get to the other side? Some of them Negroes were so incorrigible that Harriet Tubman had to kill them. She couldn't just leave them behind because they were a detriment. They were dangerous to black people. She had to kill some of them niggas. I want us to really focus on our peace of mind. I came across while I was gone, I came across a mantra. Not mantra in New Jersey, excuse me. I mean a mantra as in, as a chant. And it's very simple. Because I know a lot of you are nervous about what's going on in the economy. But you got to remember whose you are. You got to remember whose you are. And the mantra is simple. It's, don't be how she said. She said, don't worry about the money because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come because the money going to come because the money going to come. I'm going to do it again. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come because the money going to come because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come. Don't worry about the money because the money going to come because the money going to come because the money going to come. Do whatever it is that you need to do to put your mind at rest. Stop panicking. I got so much done, so much written while I was gone. I was in a place of zen. I was able to really get still and really think. And when I came across that mantra, don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come because the money gonna come because the money gonna come. When I tell you, that shit took me back to those days that I was living over there at 227, and I was struggling. And every single month, it was something different. And I didn't know how I was going to make it day to day. And I would be just paralyzed. Couldn't even move or think straight because I was so worried about the money. Even when I lived in LA. But that little chant, don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Because the money gonna come. Because the money gonna come. That shit, I didn't have that chant when I lived in LA. I didn't have that chant when I lived at 227. But saying that chant when I was in Tulum, it reminded me of that desperate place I used to be in when I was afraid that money wasn't going to avail itself to me. And another quote that I've written that's in one of them books, I think it's in the book of quotes, whatever you chase will elude you. Whatever you chase will elude you. So if you're chasing money or you're panicking about money and you're afraid that you're not going to have enough, you won't have enough. You won't have enough. You have to understand and know and believe that you live in a universe that is abundant. It is abundant. You have to remove that mindset that you're gonna lack, that you're gonna go without. You will always eat. You will always have the things that you need. You will always have the things that you need. Always, always, always. But you gotta trust that. And you gotta really believe that. Not just saying it. No, you gotta believe that shit in the fibers of your being. You got to believe it. And that doesn't mean that you go out and you go spending money on dumb shit. But what I'm saying is you take care of the things that you need to take care of. And let that shit go. Even if it's down to your last. You pay your mortgage, you pay your rent. You take care of the things that you must take care of. You make sure you have food in your house. You make sure your utilities are on or whatever. Make that arrangement with them. But just trust that there's more coming back to you because it's a magnet. Money is you are a money magnet. Tell yours, that's another mantra. I am a money magnet. I tell myself that. I'm a money magnet. And that's something that I learned to believe. And I believe that shit now. I'm a money magnet. And the other thing that I want you to be really on top of is your health. Your health is so important. Your health is very important. It's okay to eat the things that you like. It's okay to eat the things that you like. But if you know that shit ain't healthy, that shit needs to be the exception, not the rule. You got to switch that shit around. If you eating fried food Monday through Friday, and then you eating a salad on the weekends, and you trying to, you need to switch that around. You eat that fried shit on the weekends, and Monday through Friday, you eat the good stuff. It needs to be the exception, not the rule. And I see that a lot of you have been ordering the products from Liquid Blends, the black seed oil, the sour sop, and all of that stuff over there. Those are natural herbs. But I'm here to tell you, as much as I want you to order it, you gotta use the stuff. You can't just order it and put it on your shelf. You can't just order it and throw it in the refrigerator and leave it there. You can't. It's not gonna work. I am telling you, I believe today, I am in the best shape of my life. You guys who've been following my lives, you know that I was walking around my house with that back brace on. I could barely bend over and do things because it was like inflammation in my joints, and I didn't know where that shit was coming from. But I got hold of that shit now. But what I'm telling you is, don't talk to me about, oh, but the sour sop or the black seed oil is so nasty. Listen, it's 2 tablespoons twice a day for the sour sop. The black seed, you're just doing once a day. I got the elderberry. You only don't. It doesn't matter. Stop bitching and complaining about the small stuff. Swallow that shit and keep it moving. Would you rather take that or be over here injecting yourself? Because that black seed oil is great for bringing that A1C number down. Because I know it's some diabetics in here. Would you rather take that nasty shit for a second or twice, a second of the day? Or be sitting there injecting yourself? be pumping your body with insulin. And again, that soursop has been known. Ask any West Indian, anybody from the Caribbean who's been using that shit for years. We're late on shit like this, but they've been using that stuff. I told you guys I grew up with West Indians. I've been hearing about soursop all my life, but it was not a part of my diet until now. But that is something, and it's better than any of them vitamins and shit you taking. Them multivitamins, that shit ain't doing a damn thing for you. Them multivitamins ain't doing a damn thing for you. And I've been saying this for years. If you're taking a multivitamin, there's not enough of each vitamin to even make a difference in your body. So if you're taking a multivitamin and it got A, B, C, D, it ain't enough of any of those vitamins in there to really make an impact. If you're going to take a vitamin, you need to take them individually. Take a A, take a B, you understand? You have to take them individually. But my point to you is, these natural herbs over there at Liquid Blends, it's better than anything. It's the best thing you can do for your body. I'm telling you, you are going to see a difference in your body, especially if you got joint stiffness and joint pain. Get on that soursop twice a day. You have my word on that. I promise you, in 30 to 45 days, and if you on top of it and you taking it the way you're supposed to, let me tell you something. When I landed last night and came home, the first thing I did when I walked in the house, Jack and Elliot were already at the house. Jack was in there. I was about to say she was cooking, but she was getting started. The first thing I did was walked over to that counter and I grabbed my motherfucking soursop, my black seed oil, and my elderberry, and I took my shot. I took a whole shot because I had been gone for a week. So I wanted to get it back in my system. But you got to use this stuff. We spend a lot of time saying, even when I talk about juicing, but it's just so nasty. Some of y'all just juicing fruit. That ain't nothing but sugar. You need to juice something other than fruit. You need to juice some vegetables in there too, because you need the nutrients. Your body is craving nutrients. That's you that's craving fried chicken wings and smothered pork chops. You craving that. Your body is craving the nutrients. You got to mix when you do your juicing, you have to have some vegetables in there. Do a balance of vegetables and fruit. Y'all just want to walk around drinking sugar. That ain't gonna do it, niece. That's not gonna do it. You need some vegetables in there too. And then some of y'all don't like to eat vitamins. Eat vegetables when you eating food. You ain't got no green vegetables, you eating a bunch of starch. So this is why it's important, if you're gonna juice, that you have some vegetables in there, because you ain't eating no vegetables for the rest of the day. At least you're gonna jumpstart your day with some vegetables in your juice. Amen. Amen. And then y'all don't want to drink no water. and then you don't want to drink no water. Now, how you gonna be ready for the revolution if we got to be running and jumping over streams and shit? How you gonna do any of that and you out of breath? How you gonna keep up with us when we running for cover? When we ducking and dodging and running behind trees and shit, trying to look. Right, your knees can be bad, ankles and shit can be giving out. Come on, well, wait a minute, we can't wait for you. We got to go. I can leave. Let me get this out of here. We got to go. We cannot wait for you. You can't run. You can't bend down and reach for nothing because you're so busy eating a bunch of saturated fats. You don't want to do right. Treat your thing that I say all the time. You're either going to do the right thing on the front side or the back side. Now, let me explain that. You either going to implement some good practices eating your vegetables, getting some sort of exercise in your body, um, doing these herbs that I'm trying to suggest, because I try to share with you guys things that as I learn it, like the things that I'm doing, like, I get DMs from people all the time, like, oh, what you doing on your skin? I tell you about the stuff. I try to get a promo code for you because I can't just send it to you for free. I try to get a promo code for you so you can get a discount on it. And then you buy the stuff and you leave it on the shelf and then don't use it. You got to use the stuff, niece. But my point is, you're either going to take care of yourself on the front end or you're going to be forced to do it on the back end. And the back end is when you go to the doctors and now all of a sudden you got to do cancer treatments or now you got to be on dialysis because you didn't, you got this mentality, oh, well, you got to die from something. Yeah, but while I'm here, I'd like to have the best quality of life as possible. Amen. It's about quality of life. Yes, we all have to leave the planet. I know. We all have to leave the planet. But while I'm here, say it with me, niece. While I'm here, I want to be in good condition. I want to be, niece, I wasn't even able to do this not long ago. My knees used to bother me. My lower back was tight. Let me wash my hands. I came in here, see, fooling with y'all. Let me wash my hands. Coming in here, going right into the refrigerator. Just nasty. Just nasty, niece. You don't want to take care of yourself. You get one body, niece. You get one body. And I'm going to tell you something that I wrote while I was gone. Listen up. I realized that all I have left is all I have left. I'm 49. I'm 49. And I realized that all I have left is all I have left. All the time you have left is all the time you have left. Why I'm looking all oily? For the kids that be thinking I wear makeup. No, that's that PMD beauty scrub. Amen. Got oil. But yeah, you got to take care of yourself. All you have left is all you have left. Meaning, the time that you have in front of you, that's all you got left. All I have left is all I have left. What are we going to eat, niece? Jack cut up some fruit. I need to do a restaurant review. I know, I just got back yesterday, though. Ooh. They good? Y'all want a strawberry? Make sure you clean your fruit. Baking soda. Let it soak. And some water. You want a little mango? When I say I am ravenous, PhagTawlk is later tonight, about 8 o'clock. I still got to go to the gym. What's this right here? Jack be packing stuff in here. I don't even know what's in here. Oh, that's my lentil soup. Let me eat some of that. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Don't worry about the money because the money gonna come. Because the money gonna come. Because the money gonna come. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a money magnet, and so are you if you believe it. You gotta believe, gotta believe, gotta believe in me. You gotta believe in me, yeah. 'Cause I won't never hurt you. Gotta believe in me. Oh, mashed potato. Oh, shut up. You gotta believe in me. Yeah, yes, Mary J. Blige. I think that was like number 8 on the CD. Isn't it funny how you remember like your favorite songs, like what number it was on the CD? I think it was number 8. Let me look and see. Oh. Let me see if I'm right. Was it number 8? I thought somebody looked it up. What album was that? My Life. Let me see. Go to album. The intro is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's number 8. You gotta believe. It's crazy how your mind remembers. You can't remember what the fuck you did yesterday, but you remember a song from what track listing it was from 1994, because that album came out in '94. I am tearing this fruit up. I'm almost hungry. I'm still hungry. Who said they love mango? Here, get your little piece. Somebody said I'm like that with Brandy CD. Wait, well, never say never in Usher's confession. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. But yeah, we're gonna do Fag Talk today. It was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. Oh, I want to talk about Africa. And I'm planning on talking about this stuff on Fag Talk, but you already know. I may not get a word in. But listen. For those of you who are still on the fence about boycotting these beauty supply stores and supporting Black-owned brands and Black-owned beauty supply stores and not really sticking to the boycott for Target and whatever else, Uber. Because remember, Uber, because a lot of people are like, well, why are we boycotting Uber? Because they supported the big, beautiful bill. They supported the big, beautiful bill. They are already closing hospitals. They are already closing hospitals. So anyway, if this doesn't reinforce, I guess, your knowledge of what we can do when we come together, and I know some of you probably saw this, because see, when I open up my lives, I say good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressive and dreamers. Because we got we got smart people over here. This ain't Tyler Perry's audience over here. This ain't Tyler's audience over here. Oh, and just as much as I promote the liquid blends products, that sea moss is good for you as well. Now listen, if you have cancer, if you're currently battling cancer, you want sour sop, you want to stay away from sea moss. If you have cancer, if you're currently battling cancer, you want to stay away from sea moss. You want sour sop. Sea moss feeds the cancer because it has 92 essential minerals in it. Okay. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Africa. There are 14 countries in Africa that were sending 85% of their yearly earnings to France. Can you imagine you sending 85% of your yearly salary to some other bitch? Alexa, how many countries are there in Africa?
I know about 54 countries in Africa.
No, it's more than that. Let me see something. Because somebody said why? The same reason that Haiti is broke and poor, because they were colonized by France. And I think it's not I think it's Niger. I don't think it's Nigeria, but I could be wrong. I think it's Niger though. They're owned or colonized by Great Britain. If they decide to divest, Great Britain is going to be in a shambles too financially. But they've been 14 countries. Let me see. Hold on. I want to see how many countries are in Africa. How many countries are there in Africa?
By the way, you have a new notification.
It's saying 54, but I thought it was more than 54 countries in Africa. It's saying 54. But at any rate, 14 of those countries in Africa are sending their money to France. France's wealth comes from those 14 nations. Well, you know, they got new leadership over there in Africa. And I can't think of the gentleman's name right now, but he is turning them every which way but loose. And they stopped sending them money.
By the way, you have a new...
Alexa, shut up.
Do you want to hear it?
Alexa, shut up. I asked you about no damn notification. But here's the thing. Okay, there are 54 countries in Africa. But here's the thing. They were sending 80. Yes, there it is. See, that's why I say good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. My people smart. See, we all the same. He is a new leader. Well, I shouldn't say new leader, but he's in leadership over there now. And so bottom line is they're not sending their money over there. France is having a hard time financially. They're having a hard time financially. And the other thing that these countries in Africa are doing, they have separated themselves from Google. They have removed Google from their engine, their internet search engine. Because all that shit is racist, you know. I've heard, now I don't know how true this is, but I believe it to be true. And it's the same thing for AI. With respect to AI, it can, depending on where it's pulling the information from, it could be pulling from right-wing conservative sources. So when you put information into AI and you ask for a question, and you know, it could be put, because remember, a lot of this shit is owned or headed by Elon Musk, who is racist. So a lot of that shit can pull from Fox. Like, say for instance, you go on there looking for some information and it's pulling from a source from Fox News. Same thing happens with Google. It may not always give you the information, the accurate information, well-balanced information. So Africa, certain nations have separated themselves from Google. They come up with their own motherfucking search engine. And I can't think of what it's called right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But they're not playing. because they know that they have a way to search and figure out what they're doing. Just like these computers and shit and these phones and shit listen to us and hear what we're doing. Again, they are creating, they're putting themselves in a cocoon. Africa. Because again, I think 80 or 90% of the land in Afrinet, there it is. That's it. Y'all motherfuckers know y'all smart. This is what they're using now. Afrinet, bitch. They calling it Afrinet. That's it. So what I'm saying is, wait, what was I saying before you put Afrinet up there? I don't remember. Oh, I think it's like 80 to 90% of all of the land in Africa is owned by white people. But they're a small portion of the population. White people are a very small portion. They're the minority, but they own the majority of the land. And it goes back to what I've said time and time again, repeating Desmond Tutu, who's now deceased. But he said, and I'm paraphrasing, when they showed up, we had all of the land. We closed our eyes, and when we opened our eyes, they had all of the land, and we were stuck holding the Bible. No, wait, I got to give it to you again. He said, when they showed up, they were holding the Bible. We had all of the land. We closed our eyes, and when we opened our eyes, we were holding the Bible, and they had all of the land. So in other words, they hoodwinked us and gave us that religion, and they took all of the land. Because we fell for it. What am I going to eat? You know how you're so hungry you don't even know where to begin? That's why I just went through that whole thing of fruit. That fruit is gone. And you know what else? I haven't really been using my microwave. I don't really use my microwave. I warm stuff up in the oven. You know, because I think about that radiation and stuff. Alexa, turn oven on to air fry.
Okay. What's temperature?
400.
Preheating oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for air frying.
Thank you. Oh, you want to see the lentil soup? Jack made this. I got some in a bowl in the refrigerator, but she put some in the jar too. This is it. It's good. And she got like some mushrooms diced in there too, so it made it a little chunky, kind of like it's meat. It's good. Excuse me, I ate some last night. I need something to warm this up. Oh, and then I warm stuff up in a pot, up on top of the stove top. You know, we had to get away from the microwaves. Again, the exception, not the rule. I'm not saying you should never use your microwave, because I pop stuff in there every now and then. But I don't use it like that. I usually use the stove. Oh. Where is I'm looking for a pot. And what I do is I take a pan. I take a pan and some parchment paper. I lay the parchment paper down on the pan. And then I put the food on top of then I put the food on top of the parchment paper. And then I cover it up with another piece of parchment paper. And then I put it in the oven. Now, who told her to put, Jack must have been on one, because why would she put this cutting board in this drawer? Who does that? That didn't make no sense. And the damn dish rag in the drawer. Like, what was she? I'm gonna give her a pass because her birthday, she was here into her birthday. She was here after midnight. I did my taxes last night. Elliot helped me. I finally did my taxes. I started not to do them. Because I don't think them crackers need. But then I don't need them to have no leverage on me. Amen? Amen. I'm not going to eat this soup now. I don't need them to have no leverage on me, niece. I'm going to eat some of these potatoes. Oh, and this ahi tuna. Yes, I just did my taxes. Are you judging me? Who was that judging me? Shauna? Shauna, are you judging me? Who's she judging? Ooh. I just did my taxes yesterday. He all out the country and hadn't even done his taxes. Listen, why are y'all judging me? That's right. Where is that? Ladybug. That's all I made. Yeah, I'm a mess. And I'm even going to take some of these mashed potatoes and put right here on this pan. And these, when the heat hit it, they melt down just like cookies, like them sliced and baked cookies y'all be eating late at night that you ain't got no business eating, and then going to bed on top of them. I know what y'all be doing. Who was that in there coming in here late yelling and carrying on? Macola, don't come in here all that yelling. She coming in here late. Girl, we see you. Sit down. And then oh, y'all want to see how I'm placing the food down here on the thing? Because y'all so greedy. Hold on, let me show you how I'm doing it. This is ahi tuna. I put it on top of the mashed potatoes. See? And I'm feeling really hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and take another couple pieces of fish and put right here. And I'm gonna get some of this sauce. Come on, sauce. I'm gonna leave some in here because I don't want these to be dried out. And you know what else I be doing? Because I be so greedy. When it comes out the oven, instead of me taking a spatula or something to move it onto a plate, my ghetto ass will take the whole thing up like this and just slide it to a plate, and I'll eat it right on the parchment paper on top of a plate. Then I take another piece of parchment paper and put on the top of it, because you don't want it to burn out. You know, some of y'all be eating y'all food all dried out. Y'all food just be dried out. Overcooking that food. Let me get this piece of parchment. Y'all know, listen, y'all do know that I have not done anything since February. I have not had any type of contact, no type of sexual contact. When I tell you I'm almost a virgin again, touched for the very first time. And see, I just laid a parchment paper over top of it. You ain't got to try to tuck it in and all of that. You know how y'all be trying to tuck shit in. You ain't got to tuck it in. Just cover it so it don't get the heat burning right down on top of it. The flame, not flame, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I ain't been touched since, not just touched, I have been touched since February. I'm almost a virgin again. I ain't kissed nobody. All these lips and I ain't kissed nothing. That don't make no sense. And I kiss good. I kiss good, y'all. I'm a good kisser. I'm a good kisser. I'm not even gonna hold you. Who's that talking about? I bet you do. Wait. Who's that? JoJo. Listen. It's almost February again. That's what I'm saying. It's almost a year. Shit. But you know what? What I can say is, there's so much going on out here in these streets, in between these sheets. Shorty, get off my line, Craig. There's so much going on in these streets. Now, how she come over here and cook? Now, I got these mats on my floor. Why is this mat way down here? This mat's supposed to be over here by the sink. She done rearranged stuff, ain't put it back. Put my shit back. She think because it was her birthday, she can just come here and move shit around. And then last night, she had the cabinets wide open. I said, why are the cabinets open? Because I can't reach up there. I said, well, how did they get open? How did they get open? Tell me she couldn't reach them. Well, how did you open them? She does think it's her kitchen because she's like, can you move? Can you go on that side? Like, girl, can I get a glass of water? But yeah, I'm almost a virgin again. What is it? 9 months to renew your virginity? You know how y'all be coming up with them rules. And she always buying all this extra parsley. What are we doing with this? Every time she come over here, she buying new parsley. There ain't no parsley from before. Where does top come from? Oh, this came from that fruit that I eviscerated. And you don't really need your food in the Oh, somebody just said something about Trump. You know what I meant to say too when I was talking about Charlie Kirk? Why couldn't black people? You figured out what I'm putting down. Why couldn't you just blink your eyes and you hope the black people recognize and understand what you're saying? You ain't got to say it. Why couldn't you just do that? We know what you're saying. Black people, if you really black, you know what we're saying. Renee, you picking it up. We see each other. Why couldn't somebody said, no, I don't. Oh, okay, well, somebody said they didn't know what I was talking about. Oh, okay. Take a Black history class. Maybe you'll figure it out. Ah! Oh, Father. Let me turn this light out. Let me tell you how when I went out of town, I had turned my AC off. When I tell you I got in here yesterday, Elliot had the windows up. I said, oh my God, it's so warm in here. I said, I forgot to turn the air down when I landed. Or even, before I got on the plane. Because it would have been cool by the time I got here. I forgot all about it. I said, I forgot. I'm sorry. He was like, yeah, Chad, it was hot when I got it here. She left these dark chocolate chunks over here on the counter all open. See how we do? These limes done had it. Look at that. They don't even look like limes no more. What is that? Put them in the trash. All right, people, listen. I'm about to get off of here because I'm going to eat. I got to pee first, and then I'm going to eat. And yes, my dentist is black. I just went to the dentist. My dentist is black. It's a woman. This is my first time going to her. One of my friends referred me to her, and I really like her, so I will be going back. I already made my appointment for March because you need to be going every 6 months. Oh, and she told me to go ahead and throw away my toothbrush because she said after you get your teeth cleaned, you need to get your new toothbrush. And I had ordered some new toothbrushes right before I left. So I have a new toothbrush. Let me set that right in here. So I'm about to urinate, and then I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna try to catch me a little siesta, slight one, because it's gonna be an evening show for PhagTawlk. But I'm gonna run to the gym, and I will see you all this evening. But I hope. All right, you guys listen. Don't forget, if you're gonna order the soursop, be disciplined enough to use it. Please be disciplined. Don't just buy it and just put it on your counter. Use the stuff. I want you to see the difference. And if you're going to use if you're going to order the sea moss, same thing with that. Make sure you use it. Again, if you are a cancer, what's the word I'm looking for? A cancer. What am I trying to say? If you, I can't even get my word. If you are living with cancer, that's what I'm trying to say, you do not want to use, before I go, let me say something about Dr. Heavenly. If you currently have cancer, you do not want to use, I was going to say patient, but I didn't like the word patient. If you currently have cancer, do not use sea moss because it feeds the cancer. I know some of you are just joining the live, but soursop is perfect for it because it helps push it away. Same thing with fibroids. I know a lot of women, Black women in particular, who struggle with fibroids. Dr. Heavenly, and I am going to talk about this tonight on this PhagTawlk. I'm really kind of baffled that she's running for, what's she, Congress now? Because she was running for something else. Now it's Congress. My issue, beyond the antics on that reality show, because we don't need no more foolishness and we don't need no more reality stars in our government. But my issue, my concern is her stance on Black queer things. I don't get into these online debates with people and all this other stuff about Black queerness and Blackness and all that. I'm for Black people, period. And the people that I vote for also need to be for all Black people. They can't be walking around talking about, and I ain't talking about no, I'm talking about a real man, not them bitch ass men, not like no gay men or however she said it. I can't get with that. And that's the thing that I'm going to say tonight on the show. So I see Funky Dineva and Madison promoting her and, supporting her and this, that, and the third. But it's just like, that was just a handful of months ago when she said that shit. And if she feels like that about Black gay men, what does she feel about trans women? And again, this is not about everyone agreeing or believing that it's okay, quote unquote, or right, quote unquote, to be queer. This is about everyone having liberty. Everyone having liberty. Like, you don't get to decide it, because again, and I always try to draw these comparisons for you guys, or these parallels with the Black gay rights movement as it relates to Black people, and the Black civil rights as it relates to white people. Because the same way that some Black people try to hamper Black queerness is the same way that white people try to hamper Blackness. You trying to step over Black queer rights, or you don't think that Black queer people should have liberties and whatever? It's no different than white people feeling like Black people shouldn't have liberties. So my thing is, I couldn't vote for that. I couldn't vote, because my thing is, what happens when policies come down the pipeline that affect Black queer people? How you think she gonna vote? She gonna vote like a fucking MAGA Republican. On that note, I'll see y'all later. Bye.